Straight out of the left coast of the coast in the east. Started off on the quest to find his favorite drink. We talk sports, comics, silver screen. Don't forget about the music, cause we loving the beats. A slice of life for the whole damn pie. We got it all. We know you feeling the vibe. From old Gen X to young Gen Z. Either way, we gon' drink. It's Sun and Pops.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sun and Pops Culture. I'm Sun.
And I'm Pops.
And this is episode 104.
104. Looking at the front door. Huh. Man.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So what do we do?
What we do here at Sun and Pops Culture is give you our take on movies, music, video games, comic books, literature, sports, and a little slice of life. Sometimes you get the whole pie. East and West, young and old, X and Z, Sun and Pops. Where can the people find us at, bud?
You can check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Sun and Pops Culture. There we have full episodes of the show and highlights and some other fun stuff that we do. But if you ever want us to talk about a certain something or just want to chat, hit us up because we love hearing from you guys.
We love hearing from our listeners. And please, don't be afraid to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get at us. Get at us. So I guess we'll start where we always start.
Yeah, with this week's drink.
This week's drink started as a 21-year-old's quest to find his favorite drink, but has since evolved or devolved into us drinking whatever we want, because either way,
we gonna drink.
What do you have for the people today, bud?
Today, I'm so sober. I'm drinking some green tea that I made again.
Ooh, that sounds lovely. That sounds lovely.
Yeah. Nice.
Actually, it
day.
sounds really good. Yeah, what is it? 50 degrees where you're at?
It's a solid. No, this weekend was in the 70s.
It was in the 70s. Oh, yeah.
It's 67 right now. My bad.
Yeah, it was we had a high of 50 today, but all week we were like chilling in the 30s because
yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah.
Well, I have a Coke Zero.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I I had that sober October accidentally in November. November brought a few occasions of me drinking, but I have not really been drinking that much, and I figure, then I think let's drink a Coke today. So, cheers, bud.
Cheers. Coke Zero. I can taste the difference.
Yeah. Well, I've told that story about Coke Zero
with the calories and stuff.
No, with the flavor.
Oh,
I know.
What is it? You've told me before. I forget.
Okay, one more time. I'm Peter Parker. No, one more time. In the early 80s, Coca-Cola came out with a new formula. It was called New Coke. They introduced it. Everybody hated it. So they had to bring back the old flavor, and they called it Coca-Cola Classic. Then they slowly transitioned out the New Coke and just had Coca-Cola Classic become what it was and what it had always been. And then they eventually, I think, dropped the Classic. I don't even know. But so here's the thing people don't know. The same time they came out with the New Coke flavor, Coca-Cola also introduced Diet Coke. Diet Coke's flavor was based on the New Coke formula. So when you're drinking Diet Coke, you're drinking a sugar-free version of New Coke. Okay?
Yeah.
So people have been drinking Diet Coke for 20 years with 40 years with no complaint. And they decided to come out with Coke Zero. Coke Zero is based on the actual Coke flavor. That's why you taste the difference between Coke Zero and Diet Coke.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You have to. As soon as you told me, like,
you remember?
As soon as you said 80s, yeah, I was like, oh, yep.
Yeah. So
that is interesting, though. That's like
it is. It's pretty wild.
Some like copy of a copy type stuff.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So that's why Coke Zero tastes more like actual Coke.
Yeah.
Because it's based on the actual Coke flavor.
It's all about branding too. Like if they would have just changed the recipe and not called it New Coke, or if they would have called it Coke Zero from the start or something, it probably wouldn't have been as hated.
Well, that's what's so funny. So New Coke, when they tried to phase it out, they started to call it Coke 2, like C2. and that never caught on because people were like,
Mhm.
I already know what this is. This is that new Coke. I don't like
Mhm.
it, and just never.
But if
Yeah,
they would have did that from the start,
yeah,
it
just
would have
called it
been it
C2.
would have
People would be like,
been
oh,
still
yeah,
here today.
yeah, I fuck with that C2. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, it would have found its market, but they tried to replace the whole thing, and that was
Yeah.
whoever thought of that. He's on his rocking chair right now, but like I could have been great.
Yeah.
I had one bad idea. Like, yeah, it was a horrible idea, bro. You tried to change the entire flavor of Coke
He's the
around
guy
the world.
that made 7-Up Starry now. It's that same
Yeah,
guy.
his grandson, like, I got an
Yeah.
idea. They're like, no. They're like,
Mhm.
wow, I know it's
Like,
Starry.
why are they so in this
What are you
office?
doing, man? What are you doing? Mm-hmm. That's crazy. But anyways,
Anyways, that was a fun
yeah,
fact.
yeah, that was drink of the week, baby. This week's drink. Ooh, I took it way back on him with the
Oh,
with drink of the
yeah.
week. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't even click.
yeah. That was old
That's
school.
for OG
Yeah,
fans.
yeah. Our day oneers will be like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, drink of the week.
Throwback.
Yeah, yeah. So,
You
anyways, what's
you want me to
cracking?
say the poll results?
Yes, please, please. Tell people about the poll, what it is, what it does.
Yeah, every week on Instagram, I ask you guys, the listeners, a question, and 4 options. You get to vote your favorite one, or if your favorite's not listed, you can just DM us. We didn't have an episode last week, so there's 2 results that came in.
True indeed.
Last week I asked best holiday movie, and it was hard to just list 4,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. But the results came in. Last place, Nightmare Before Christmas with 5%.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. I thought there'd be a fandom. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I thought it'd at least got a little more. But,
I think
well,
people still act like that's a Halloween movie.
yeah.
Yeah, we see all those Jack Skellingtons on Halloween. I'm
Mhm.
like, okay.
20%, planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah, yeah.
25% with Home Alone, and 50% taking the lead, Elf.
Oh fuck, whatever. I think I picked Home Alone, to be honest
You
with you.
did. I saw
Yeah.
that. You
Uh-huh.
did.
Planes, trains, and automobiles. I knew wasn't going to win. I was
Mhm.
surprised that you put it on the list. What led to you picking that?
So, this was right after Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
and I said holiday movie, so I was just trying to incorporate like the Thanksgiving holiday as well. So, and it is a Thanksgiving movie. That's the whole plot. That's the whole
Yeah,
premise.
that movie's a classic.
Yeah,
People like
it's
sleep
good.
on it. Like,
I think my generation's forgotten about it, to be honest.
yeah, those aren't pillows. Yeah, those aren't
Yeah,
pillows. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not surprised Elf won though.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
the most
singing with
popular.
my father. Your Uncle
Yeah.
Jason, he loves Elf, man. He
I do
loves it.
too. I think it's a
Yeah.
modern day Christmas classic.
I didn't think that till I think you or your uncle said it to me one day. It's a modern day. Yeah, it was your uncle. It's a modern day classic, bro. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, it is. I was like, I didn't know.
it is
So
the fandom's there.
yeah, people love Elf. He puts
Mhm.
syrup on everything.
Yeah.
But see, this is the thing. I laugh at Elf because I think of your uncle laughing, and it makes me laugh. Swear to God.
Really?
Like I can literally picture him laughing
Laughing.
at the scenes,
Yeah.
or even telling me about the scenes and laughing, and it makes me laugh. He's like, bro, he puts syrup on everything, and I'm like, that's funny. But then I watch it,
It's
I'm like,
funny.
yeah, it's funny.
It
It's
is funny. Come on now.
You know, it is funny, but me and Will Ferrell. I guess of the 4
Yeah.
Will Ferrell movies I like, that's the 4th. That's my 4th. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a bad movie. But anyways, what's the second poll?
Second one, I had a lot of fun seeing the results come in. It's best Christmas song.
That's
Again,
what I thought.
another category hard to narrow down.
Yeah.
Because there's some bangers for Christmas.
Whew, but all I want for Christmas.
So last place with 5%, Feliz Navidad.
It got some votes at least. Well,
It
hallelujah!
did.
I was
5%.
like, come on, people.
I know. Show it some love.
You all know the words. Come on with it. I want to
True, very true. Yeah, you all know the words.
Yeah, they're people trying to
Spanish.
front. Like they don't fuck with Feliz Navidad. You better go on. Yeah.
And then third place, 21%. Christmas, Baby Please Come Home.
What is that one? You gotta sing it,
It's
bud.
like
You got
it's like Christmas. I don't know the chorus.
Christmas.
Yeah.
That one. That's the name of that
Yeah,
song.
and you know, and she
Oh.
like says something in the background.
That's on
Yes, exactly.
That's it. That's on
It's in
that's
the
on Love
Gremlins.
Actually. It's on Love Actually. It's in the
Yeah.
Gremlins too.
Yeah, it's the beginning of
Oh,
Gremlins.
Christmas.
Baby, please come home. Yeah, that's how
Yeah,
it goes.
yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know
I'm
that.
glad that got votes because
Yeah, I didn't know that was the name of that
good.
song.
And then, second place, All I Want for Christmas Is You with
It was second.
32%. Yes.
See, that's backlash. That's backlash right there. People are so over that song. I've heard it 17 times already since Thanksgiving.
It is a great song, but you're right. People are just they
Yeah.
overdo it. They overdo it.
They
with
just. I was walking.
Mhm.
We were taking taking the dogs to the groomers, and I got out the car, and then boom, there it was playing like outside. I went, and here we go. And your mom was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is the first time you're hearing it." I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Huh." I was like, "Yeah, it's that time."
November 1st,
Let's go.
12 a.m.
All I Want
Mariah
for
Carey's
Christmas.
on bacon
Mm.
or unfrost.
She's coming to Pittsburgh again for a winter show.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'll be fun though.
Half tempted
That'll
to
be
take
fun.
her off. She's so bougie though, Mariah. So bougie.
And then
But
first
anyway.
place, 42%. Last Christmas by Wham.
Really? Last Christmas.
That's
really?
what I voted for. Yeah.
Did you really?
I did because
Wow.
I could listen to that year round. I don't because it's a Christmas song.
Oh, yeah?
But you could listen to it year round.
Wow.
That's a bop, man. George Michael.
George Michael was a
He
bad
does his
boy.
thing.
He was a bad boy. He putting out that
Yeah.
Lenny Kravitz vibe. He was a bad boy.
His is different though because
Yeah.
he actually.
Yeah. Just yeah.
He was not hiding that.
He wasn't hiding. Well, he
1985.
was hiding for a long time, but he didn't come out till the late 90s.
Late? Oh,
He got
realize that.
outed. He got outed. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was late.
Yeah. It's not
I
funny,
see a lot of
but
memes
it's funny.
now
Yeah.
just being like, this is the guy you guys were gushing over.
Hey, I
and having no
remember.
idea.
I told you when Faith came out, I don't want to name names, but there's a portion of our fan base that was gushing over George Michael. And I was looking at him like, I don't know about that one, girls. I don't know. But yeah. Father Figure, I Want Your Sex. That whole Faith album, it is filled with bangers. It is.
Yeah, just very
Yeah.
a lot of innuendos.
A lot of
Sounds
innuendos.
like,
Yeah. The one song he was like, your grandmother would say Father Figure. He'd be like, she'd say, Matthew, he's always talking about like a teacher in his songs. Like, I was like, yeah, Mom. Yeah. Wonder what they taught him, Mom. Like, I wonder what they taught him. But anyway.
That's funny looking back on.
Teacher, there are things that I don't want to learn. Yeah,
That's
buddy.
funny.
Yeah. Anyways.
R.I.P.
Yeah. R.I.P. Because he made a choice.
He does have a lot of good music.
Oh, he does. He does. And he made a choice not to be a sex symbol. And that just shows you how messed up the music industry is because he vanished. Once he stopped shaking his ass on TV, people didn't care anymore.
Yeah.
That's a shame. He was good. Last Christmas.
Yeah, so that was the winner.
Yeah. He beat the mighty Mariah, so there you go.
He did. I'm surprised. I believe, based on like who follows us and stuff, I thought she would have came out with the W.
I thought so for sure. There was no Baby It's Cold Outside on your list?
No, I was not gonna put that on there.
Nah, why not, bud? I don't understand.
Oh, it's 2024. That song has different implications.
Does it though? Does it?
Dad, we talked about this the whole time. He's like, drink some more. Drink some more. You
Drink
ain't
some
leaving.
more. You ain't. Now you can't. Hey, now you can't.
It's like, oh God.
Yeah.
The 50s were different.
Oh, the 50s were different.
Yeah.
He was probably like, I'm just going to add a little something to your drink. She was like, okay. It was probably Quaalude.
Probably.
She was like, I'm so relaxed right now. I literally can't leave. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Anyways, happy holidays,
Christmas.
everybody.
Happy holidays.
Oh, my.
So that was our Instagram polls. You want to get into some news and gossip?
Yeah, a little news and gossip. Gossip and news. Where do we want to start, bud?
It's up to you. I have one piece of it wasn't. It's not even news. It's just like this new Star Wars show came out. The Skeleton Crew
Oh,
that
bud.
started this week. I have not watched it yet, but first 2 episodes came out.
Look, I watched it.
Oh, you did?
I forgot to say when we were, pre-gaming, I wanted to talk about it. I watched it.
Mm,
Yeah. You need to watch it. You
yeah.
need to watch it. Yeah, because what's my synopsis? And I was talking to my main man Matt Sergi about this today because he told me he watched it a couple days ago and said he liked it. So I was like, really? And I honestly was like, word? And I thought, wait a second, what is that? So then I looked. I was like, oh, okay, new Star Wars show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I watch it, and I said to Serge today, I said, why is it that anytime they do anything with young people, like kids, and it's good, we immediately compare it to Goonies? Like, it's immediate.
Yeah.
Comparison. This is Goonies. This is Goonies in space. This is Goonies in the suburb. This is Goonies in the and it gives you that Goonies vibe right off the bat. It gives you that Goonies vibe, and I was like, here we go. This is gonna be a banger. It's fun. It's Goonies. And Jude Law, man. I like Jude Law.
I know.
That's all I'm saying.
I didn't know he was in this till I saw the poster.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
And you don't see a lot of him in the first 2 episodes, but he's just, I feel like he was meant to be like in these, like, I was like, yeah. Like, he thought maybe Captain Marvel was going to be his big chance to do like something like type of sci-fi thing. But like, as soon as I saw him, I'm like, hell yeah, Jude Law, go. Like, go. Like, yeah, I like it. You're going to love it, I think.
I've been hearing a lot of comparison with the Goonies and stuff.
Yeah.
And kind of taking it back to the 70s, 80s roots.
Yeah, just a fun time, that sense of adventure, of not knowing. Like, and because it made me actually wonder about the Goonies in a sense of like, prior to the Goonies, were there like kid adventure movies? Like, actually, like kids like going on an adventure, you know what I mean? And like not knowing what's going to happen. Because I remember, like, as a kid, this is going to sound crazy. Like, I remember watching the Goonies and the Outsiders around the same time.
Yeah.
And I actually preferred the Outsiders because it just seemed more realistic to how I was living at the time.
Well, yeah, it's too vastly different.
But then as I got older, actually, I appreciated the Goonies way more. Just that idea of like all of it. You can give me a pirate map right now, bud. Your mom's gonna be mad because I'm gonna take a day and I'm gonna call a couple homies and we're gonna be like, let's just make sure this is fake. Let's just make sure.
I think the Goonies does a good job. You know, there was literally children actors.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh Brolin was the oldest at like 16, I think.
I know, right? It's crazy.
Which as a kid, I thought he was a man, but
yeah, right.
but now, yeah, he's a teen, obviously. But they just do a good job, like ensemble casts, all kids, and they do a good job just like naturally being kids. So I can't think of another movie before.
You ain't gonna say your famous line? It's their time up there. It's their time.
Down here. It's our time.
yeah, that's 100% you though, bud. For real. That would have been your moment. I'm telling you, it's our time. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think Skeleton Crew, it started off great.
Interesting. I'll have to check it out.
And you know,
it kind of just came out. I mean, I saw like a couple posters over here.
Yeah.
Billboards, and I was like, oh shoot, that is this month.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm definitely here for the rest of the series, but as of right now, I give it an 8.5 because I'll be handing out 9s and 10s all like that.
You give it at 8.5 already
on 2, yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
What?
That's high.
2 episodes in, it could change. If I start at 5, it won't ever go up.
No, that's what I know, but like for shows, I usually don't say it yet, just because.
Yeah, I said so far, I give it an 8.5.
That's high. Wow.
Yeah. I for what they, I mean, and it's I don't want to say not in its defense, but one thing Star Wars shows always have going for them, and somehow they tend to fuck it up, is that they don't have to do a lot of world building. Like, we already know what's up. Like, it's going to be aliens and it's going to be, Star Warsy shit. And there's going to be some form of racing and some form of Jedi shit happening in this thing. So once you have that, you already established. You just put your characters in there.
Yeah, you don't have to
Ma-
explain anything
Yeah.
extra.
Yeah. You just gotta make
They
us like the
always mess
people.
it
Just,
up.
just
Mhm.
make us like them. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Make us like these people and care about what happens to them,
Yeah.
and we'll be fine. So yeah. I'm digging it so far. Definitely digging it. But yeah,
I'll check it out.
check it out. Check it out.
What else do you have? Because that's all the bit of information, new info I have.
I mean, you are living on the edge.
I have the rest. Everything else I have is reviews. That's
All right. Well, I mean, we talked about that show. I have a little bit of gossip.
Okay.
You know, some I don't care about as much. We'll do a little bit of Did you see that your boy Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock, had 2 #1 movies in the same month last month?
I didn't see that. I'm very
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, but this is the thing. He had 2 #1 movies, but that doesn't mean he had 2 massive hits.
Yes.
You know, he just, the week they opened, there was nothing.
Nothing.
I mean,
Okay.
like,
So I would say Moana 2, massive hit. Like that
Yeah.
obviously was number one.
yeah. But Red One,
Red One.
nobody worried about Red.
Nothing else was out that week.
No, nothing. They
Yeah.
were waiting for like Moana 2 to come out, so they were
Mhm.
and Wicked, so they're just like, let's just squeeze in right
Yeah.
here. Yeah,
Yeah, Red One. It's
Yeah.
honestly flopping.
yeah.
For the
Well, it
budget?
opened up. It opened up #1 though. That's what's crazy. It was #1 in the theaters. But do you know
Stuff-
this? I just found this out. The most streamed movie ever in either Disney or streaming
Mhm.
is Moana. Did you know
Yeah,
that?
I found that out recently.
I just read that
It's
yesterday.
ever. Yeah, like
Yeah, ever.
some crazy amount of minutes.
They said to the point where like the creators were like, "What?"
Yeah.
Because Moana's not even like didn't even make like break their top 10. I think financially for what it made. Like it was a hit, but it wasn't a blockbuster. But since
Yeah,
then,
it
it's
didn't
found
even
a
make
massive
7 million worldwide.
700. It made under 700.
It made under 700.
Wow. So
Which
yeah,
obviously,
so
I mean, it's still a hit, but
it's still a hit, but it's
Disney
not.
numbers, yeah.
So they're saying since then it found its audience in streaming, and it's the most streamed thing. I'm like, that's crazy. Not that it
is.
doesn't deserve it, but it just seems real random. Like, oh, okay,
Yeah, out of
So-
everything in their catalog.
yeah,
Mhm.
and that's in spite of The Rock being in it. So, and now they're filming a live action Moana,
Mhm.
and I've seen stills of The Rock as Maui, and I'm just like, I feel like he like tried to bull. I don't know what conversation happened.
Oh, he definitely
Yeah,
was in heavy talks to
to make it.
become him. Yeah.
Oh, I know. There's no doubt that he was going to be Maui, but it's just
Mhm.
I feel like he had a lot to do with the damn movie being made in the first place, because I don't see anyone demanding that. Like, there's a lot of other movies they could have made live action before they
But
got
no
to
one
Moana.
demands any of the live
Yeah,
actions.
that's
They
true.
just make them.
That's true.
They
They're
just
like,
make them.
make it at least made. I don't know. I don't even know. Well, no, Moana is Disney. It's not Pixar, huh? It's
Yeah,
Disney.
it's Disney.
Okay. So we'll never get Merida. We'll never get Brave, even though people hate on Brave. I love
Yeah,
Brave.
No.
I do.
That's one of the
Whatever,
weaker Pixar movies.
So I love Brave. I don't care. I love Brave.
Okay.
I'm just saying, people can think what they want. If you could change your fate, would you? Just saying.
If you could change your fate, would you?
Would you? Yeah.
With he's talking about Disney. I forget. Never
We're
mind.
talking about. Oh, sorry. But
It was something with the live action. Oh, Snow White. They said that
yes.
the Snow White live action. It's
The
the
trailer?
highest. It's the highest budgeted. Disney
live
live action. Yeah, adaptation.
Well, the new trailer dropped
Mhm.
couple days ago. I watched it, and my biggest complaint about the first trailer teaser was I was like, I hate her hair. Like I was like,
That's Snow White's hair.
I know. I'm like, but that don't work in real life. Like,
No, it
I was
doesn't.
like, that
It
is
is
so
a
bad.
look.
That
Yeah.
is the worst Bob in the history of Bobs. I said, come
Yeah.
on, girl. So that was my only complaint after the first one. I didn't care about the CGI dwarves, none of that shit. I was fine with all of it. Then I watched this new
Interesting.
trailer. And I watched this new trailer, and I'm like, I ain't watching this bullshit. Like they added I'm like, you're
Is that
adding
bad?
on to the story to make it a whole movie because Snow
Yeah.
White's short.
It's very
It's
short.
what,
It's very
40 minutes or
simple.
something?
No,
Yeah.
it's 90. It's 80.
Is it 90?
It's 80.
Well,
to 90,
But
yeah.
there's a whole subplot about the Wicked Queen and Snow White coming back to save the people and all this shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
see, here we go. Here we go. And you're going to wonder why people are mad. They're going to be, what do we do? Well, it's not Snow White anymore. Now it's some
Yeah.
other shit.
You do that with each and every one because they
So,
realize,
yeah.
crap, we don't have enough to work
We don't have
with.
enough. These old Disney movies sure were simple. Yeah, they were.
Yes.
Yeah, they were. So,
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I did not
was like,
watch that.
yeah. And I'm just like, I don't know. I need a drink. Sorry, my throat's clogged.
I will say, this might seem weird, but as a kid, you watch cartoons. As a kid, when watching Snow White, I never thought, man, Snow White's a pretty princess.
No, I never did.
I
either.
never thought that as a kid.
I never thought she was the fairest to anything.
Yeah. When they say mirror,
Yeah.
mirror on the wall, yeah, I never thought.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird.
You saying her hair just reminded me of that.
Yeah, she's kind of busted. Maybe it was just her personality. That's why everybody loved it.
No, I wasn't vibing with that either.
They'll explore that more in the in the live action. It was her inner beauty that made her the fairest, Julius. After all,
because she cooked and cleaned for the dwarves.
Yeah, for the dwarves, and they were like, "Yeah, you can stay with us. She'll never find you here." And guess what? She found them.
They were like,
long. Yeah, they were like, "Oh, she out in the woods with the dwarves." They're like, "There's only one place you can live safely, like in the whole woods." So that's probably where she's at. And sure enough, there she was, eating apples from strangers. I can't wait to see this movie.
That movie's it was a product of its time, and
it was.
That time was 80 years ago.
They were like, "Watch us make an animated feature." What's the story? Snow White. They're like, "You want to do Snow White? Yeah, let's do Snow White."
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So that did drop, and we'll see. I'm gonna run through some gossip real quick. You heard the thing about the wicked pay disparity between Ariana Grande and Cynthia? What's her last name?
Oh, Erivo.
Well, there was a rumor that there was a pay disparity that Ariana had made like 20 million and Cynthia made like 2. And they came out that it wasn't true. That's all. It came out that it wasn't true. They were both paid the exact same. I think they both got 10 million or something like that. Which I'm like, that's just the internet, just being the internet. Like, what's this cost?
Like, where did that start?
Yeah, like they were paid different, right? Like, I'm surprised they're not like, oh, I'm sure they are. I'm sure we could look up right now whose bucket sold more at the theater, the pink bucket for Glenda or the green bucket for Alphaba, because people are just like that. But
I don't know. Wicked fans, I feel like, would go, above that.
Yeah, but other people are just other people.
Yeah, other people, they ain't seen Wicked in the first place.
No, there's that. There's that. So even though
I know what you mean, though. I do know what you mean.
Did you hear anything about the live action Voltron?
No, I didn't know that was coming. Who's making that?
I didn't either. I don't know who's making it.
You don't know the studio?
Do you know? Not off the top. I mean, I could IMDb it, but I just know this much. Do you know anything about Voltron? Like,
like 6 people lions making a giant figure.
Yeah, the 5 lion robots make Voltron. Teenagers, princes, whatever.
Yeah,
Voltron. It was like
Power
my
Rangers
child.
kind of copied it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it was my childhood, and then they redid it in the early 2010s on Netflix. It made a pretty
for the second
decent
time.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, and it was actually pretty decent on Netflix. Then it kind of went off the rails at the end, but it was pretty good. Well, apparently, Henry Cavill has been cast in Voltron.
Oh God!
Which I was like, okay,
who's
maybe
this agent?
I said maybe he'll be the king. He's Henry Cavill, and Voltron, is piloted by children, teenagers.
Yes.
But then I heard Sterling Brown.
40.
Well, Sterling Brown was cast as well. Then I was like, Sterling K. Brown? Is that it? K. Brown? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I'm like,
this
is us. Yeah, I was like, oh well, he's a 40-year-old black man. And then Rita Ora, and I was like, well, she's a grown woman.
Oh gosh, I'm looking now.
And John Kim, who I don't know, but I was just like, he's an adult too. I'm like, so right off the bat, they're messing up. They are messing up. So now,
I had no idea this was coming. Now,
Yeah. Yep.
who is Henry Cavill's agent for
I
real?
don't
This
know.
guy should be huge,
Yeah, he
and
should be, but they
he's in
just
so
keep.
many bad movies.
Yep. Yep.
Interesting.
So, yep.
I do not have. I don't think there's a market for that movie.
Not that movie now.
No, I don't think Voltron's fan base is that big, and yeah, I don't think.
Well, I'm looking at the last like 5 movies that the guy made. The last movie he made was
Red Notice.
Red Notice. Yep. And before,
saw that too.
he loves Dwayne. Of his last 5 things he directed, Red Notice, Skyscraper, and Central Intelligence. All
Dwayne's gonna be
John-
the villain. He's gonna be the emperor. I'll bet money on it.
He probably will. The guy will probably be all CGI, and Dwayne will like voice
Yep.
him. And oh my gosh, we're gonna have to dig deep and find out for sure. You might be right. You're probably right.
It's gonna get revealed to us Comic-Con 2025.
Oh my gosh. That dude, he just ruins everything. He just ruins everything. It's terrible.
His star power is going down.
I think so. I really do.
It is. Red Notice was like, if you didn't know already, that showed us. Like, it just showed us he's just doing it for the money, and we don't care.
Yeah. He had Red Notice, then he had Red One.
Yeah.
And then Dwayne.
I meant to say Red One.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you knew what I like meant.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah. Red One is what showed us, at least it showed them. Hope it showed them.
Let's just look up real quick what his upcoming stuff is. I guarantee this guy has like 27 things coming up.
Yeah.
Because he says yes to everything. Then acts like he doesn't.
Well, he acts like everything is a piece of art.
Yeah.
And it is not. Upcoming, he has... They're making a Jumanji 3. Wow.
Clearly. He has a Smashing Machine.
One I am hopeful for is the Smashing Machine.
Yeah.
Just because that's A24. So I hope they kind of push him. Oh, Benny Safdie's directing that. Guy that did Uncut Gems.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be good. He'll be able to work
push
around
him.
Yeah.
To actually like try, you know?
Emily Blunt's in this?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it's going to be good. They'll work around him not being good.
I don't think... No, I'm not saying him not being good. I think it... Because he kind of just does the same thing now.
Yeah.
I hope it's pushing him out of his comfort zone.
You think he's going to cry?
I think he'll do his best.
He'll snot cry. We're like, oh, Dwayne. We shall see. We shall see.
What other news you have?
And if you haven't been paying attention, there was a massive rap beef this past summer. And Kendrick Lamar versus Drake. Kendrick Lamar was clearly the winner.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, Drake is now suing his label, right? His management. Like he's suing UMG.
Yes.
And I think he's suing Spotify as well, right?
He's gonna try to for Spotify, yeah.
Because they pushed Kendrick. So he is officially the biggest loser of any rap beef ever, and has lost all street cred because he is literally suing them because more people like Kendrick's song than his. That's the most bitch made thing I've ever heard in my life. Like you are suing him for dissing you. Like you're suing him because you went back and forth 4 times, and on the 4th time he destroyed you. Like, and literally accomplished you suing him. Drake suing Kendrick is literally giving Kendrick exactly what his wants, because Drake is now officially like persona non grata. Nobody wants to fuck with him because he's such a bitch. Like, it's crazy. Like, some of the podcasters I follow, like Joe Budden. Joe Budden went from being somewhat diplomatic because he can't
Joe Budden.
Well, now he don't even give a fuck. He's talking so bad about Kendrick. I'm like, geez. You know,
about Kendrick?
I mean, not about Kendrick, about Drake. He's just like, it's just, and they were trying to actually be kind of like fair about the beef, you know, like as it was happening. Like he dropped
Mm-hmm.
this, it was dope. He said that was dope. But now they're just like, bah! Everybody's like, what is going on with Drake? Like he
Yeah.
just
Definition of like rich kid.
like
I'll
they're
sue
making
you.
fun of me, mom. Yeah, I'm gonna sue
Mm-hmm.
you. They're like, I'm like, you sued him
Yeah.
over a beef. Like, wow. Like, wow. I mean, I guess I'm happy that it didn't result in violence, but this is like comical that you know what I mean? Like it's like
Yeah.
you're suing him
That
over
just
like
proves every one of the points he made.
that he was making. Yeah, like
Mhm.
this is who you are. Yeah, like wow, it's crazy. So it's just funny to me. Oh, and by the way, when last we met, we asked the age-old question: could Michael Jackson beat Tupac in a fight? And buddy, it won't die. Like I've been talking to people at work, and they're like, it's just like
Really?
everywhere I look, and everybody says Michael Jackson would get him. Like everybody,
Yeah.
and they
Oh,
all, and
really?
they,
They're
and they,
acknowledging it.
and they all say the same reason. They all say first thing they say, he had 5 brothers. First thing everybody says is that Mike had 5 brothers. So he grew
Older.
up, older brothers. So he grew up fighting.
Yeah.
For that, there's that. Secondly, then they say, I mean, Sergi hit me with the Matt. That man danced 18 hours a day from the time he was like 3 years old. He said
he was
fighting.
ripped.
He said fighting is an endurance sport. He was like, so he had him like in cardio and like agility and mobility. He was just like, and he's tough already. So yeah, so and I'm here to tell you, when I think when Mike hit him with the real voice, that's probably when Tupac was in trouble. When he hit him with the actual bass in his voice, it was like the voice of God. He froze. Was like, what? What? He's like, he said, "Hey, Pop, who the fuck said that?" He froze.
Yeah, he thought it was one of Biggie's guys.
Yeah, he looked around.
Like, what
I was
up,
like,
partner?
yeah.
It was gonna be like that. It was just Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's just Michael Jackson. Oh, so yeah, the only person that said Tupac was your cousin Wyatt. Wyatt's 15.
Yeah.
So I had to explain to him why I think he might be wrong, and he was like, "That makes a lot of sense." He's like, Tupac's the same size as me. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
small guy,
yeah, he was
Michael
130
Jackson
pounds.
was small too, but
his
brothers are pretty big.
yeah. Mike wasn't short. You know, he wasn't short, and he was lanky. He probably gripped him up. Tupac was like, "What the? Get off of me!" Like, no, get off of me. So yeah. So far, yeah, that survey,
it adds up. It adds up.
I mean, I would never ask this question on the West Coast, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I would never do this on a street interview.
Yeah. Oh,
that's how bad that would go.
Quickly. Quickly. Oh, you got jokes? You disrespecting Pac? No, I'm not. I'm just asking the question.
You won't make it to your car.
Yeah. By the time you get to your car, Kendrick will have a new song drop. You'll be mentioned. You'll be like, "What? What?
Yeah,
he disrespected Pac." Crazy. So yeah, I guess that's the last of my gossip outside of Haley Steinfeld. You know.
Oh yes, acclaimed actress.
Yeah, and also the voice of Gwen and the Spider-Gwen in the Spider-Verse movies. And also Hawkeye on the Hawkeye. She's Kate Bishop, on the Hawkeye show, and
she's had a lengthy career already.
Yeah, she has.
She's only like 26 or something. Yeah,
she's like your age, little cutie pie too. Well, she got engaged to Josh Allen, quarterback for the
Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, he proposed and she said yes. And in the process, apparently she broke Shy McMore's heart.
Shy McMore, voice.
He had a bad
voice
week.
of Miles on the Spider-Verse movie. He as soon as that news came out, he tweeted some dramatic tweet.
His tweet
basically
was worse
saying
than...
he is heartbroken and he'd be okay.
Oh, but it was worse than Tom Brady's when Giselle announced her pregnancy.
I know it was, because this was obvious.
I was like, dude.
It's like, first of all, who's your PR manager?
Yeah,
hey. You need to get one.
yeah, you can't be tweeting stuff like that, bro. Especially
it's such a bad look.
And then all the old videos of him trying to shoot the shot with her came out.
She's never reciprocated.
Ever.
And this stuff was happening behind closed doors.
I mean,
I highly doubt it, because she was not.
The way she would respond to his comments was like, if you don't stop, if this fool don't stop.
It was during
You
the
know,
whole press tour for that
yeah,
movie too. It got
yeah,
worse for
yeah.
Across the
Oh,
Spider-Verse.
yeah. It was easy. Having
Mhm.
romantic scenes with acting alongside Haley. I was like,
It's very
that's not.
cringy. It's
Yeah, it's
very
not
cringy.
cringy at all. I'm like, bro, you're
Yeah.
from like Brooklyn. I thought you had more game than that. What's wrong with
Mhm.
you?
Yeah, it's very cringy, and then he goes and posts that, and you're like, "Dude, she never
She never
liked
liked
you."
you. She never liked you, bro. She never
Yes.
liked you. Like,
That's
and
some
then the
guy that's
internet
some
beat
guy
him up.
best friend type stuff.
Yeah, somebody got to sit him down and be like, look, man,
Mhm.
look, man, just goes to show. You got to have
Yeah.
that homie in your corner. I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was pretty funny, though.
Oh, poor Shy Meek. I
Mhm.
was just
For
like, man, poor Shy Meek.
Yeah,
But man,
that was funny.
yeah. So that happened. That happened, and that's pretty much it. That's really all I got. Do you
Yeah,
want to?
not a lot of news and stuff. Like legitimate speculations and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not too
Eminem's
much.
mother passed away. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
did. I did.
Yes. 69 years old.
Hmm.
His brother came out and said some things that weren't very nice about
Oh,
her, but I'm not going to get into that. But yeah,
that's his brother.
that's
So
his brother. So yeah. So, anyways, what?
didn't even know he had a brother. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't know he
yeah.
had one.
No brother, no brother.
Uh,
Yeah. Yep.
okay.
So, all right. So, I guess now we're going to get into that part of the night where we talk about
I
what?
have a bit. Gladiator II, Moana 2, Arcane. We have
Yes,
a Mount
indeedy,
Rushmore.
and a Mount Rushmore. So let's go. I need to hear this Gladiator review.
You want okay.
That's what I signed up for.
Phew. Gladiator 2 came out.
Yes,
If you
indeedy.
didn't know by now. Came out a month ago, almost a month ago. And that week I went to see it. I watched the first one for the first time,
Finally.
finally. And was not the biggest fan of it. The initial reviews, it was not this life-changing movie, which is how everyone promoted it to me. I would go watching it. I just thought, especially with the first shot with the hands on the wheat field, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna like change my mindset." It just wasn't. It was just like it was a very strong story, solid, great acting from Russell Crowe. It was just a good action flick. What the movie was not what my expectations were for the first one. Then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? That was good. For what it was good, right? It was good.
Mm-hmm.
The second one I went to see, and it just I still recommend seeing it in theaters. Just the spectacle is great, right? It's giving you Roman, ancient Rome. Ridley Scott just doing this at 80 something years old. It's massively impressive. And I really don't know anyone who else could do it. Like if this was a modern guy, I don't know if they
Ah,
could pull it off.
true indeed.
Because
Villanueva could.
he could. Yeah, he
Yeah.
could.
But go
Like
ahead.
just this epic movie.
Mm-hmm.
It like he's great at just directing scale. Like like you
Yeah.
feel the weight of
Yeah.
everything of like the armies, the Senate. Like that's improved upon just with modern day technology.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's like his best action, just the fight scenes and stuff. Like you're able to see like who's hitting who. Um, yeah, it was just that was well directed, and of course everyone's talking about Denzel.
Yeah. Talk
Everybody's
to me.
talking about Denzel. He steals the show. He's one of those characters every time he's on screen, he's eating up the scenery and you're just enjoying it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't say it's one of his best performances because he is just like training day, like training day
Is he
Denzel in
really?
Ancient Rome. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
like it's just his energy, you know. He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he's still like you can see he's done this before, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
this isn't new to him. Like this big, great movie. Like there's certain actors in this that you could tell this was the first time. Like the main guy,
Mm.
Paul Mescal. I love him. He's a
Yeah.
great indie actor.
Yeah.
Just I thought he did a solid job in this, but you could tell something was off. I don't know if it was the direction he was being given or what. I think
Okay.
I think it was a story that the character of Lucius had.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you can tell Denzel doesn't struggle with that.
Right.
Like he was able to work with what he had, and it
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's probably get an Oscar nomination just because he
Yeah.
can. Yeah, he shouldn't win. He shouldn't win, but he's gonna get a nomination just because every time he's on the screen, like you're captivated.
Hmm.
So that's the good of it, like the scale, the action, Denzel, right?
Right.
That's the good. Now the bad is just like I liked it. I still enjoyed it. Like I said, still go check it out in theaters or wait till you get home or wait till it
Mm-hmm.
comes on streaming to watch it. But it's just I think it's too convoluted
Mm.
with like what it's trying to do. Like it doesn't know if it should be Gladiator 1, like do the exact
Ah.
same thing Gladiator One's doing, or
Yeah.
do its own thing. So it does both. And it gets
Oh.
like caught up in like a entanglement. Cause
Mm-hmm.
like you obviously Lucius, nephew of Commodus from the first
Mm-hmm.
one. It's his story. And like he lives in Africa. Rome conquers his town. His wife gets shot from the general, one of the Roman generals. She's dead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So his goal of the movie is I gotta get revenge, right? Like I gotta
Mm-hmm.
avenge my wife
Mm-hmm.
by killing the general that shot his
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Which Maximus in the first one wanted revenge
Yeah.
for Commodus for killing his family.
Yeah.
Like that was like his internal goal, but his external goal was I gotta carry out the emperor's dream of Rome. So he had like two goals,
Oh.
right? It
Yeah.
was I
Yeah.
gotta avenge my family, but I
His
gotta.
grandfather's dream,
n-
right? Because
That wasn't
Commodus
his
was
grandfather.
this the emperor prior to Commodus
Yeah, no,
was
he's
his
like no,
grandfather,
he wasn't. He said he was like a son to him. It wasn't his grandfather.
Lucius.
No, I'm talking about Maximus in Gladiator 1.
Oh, okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Maximus in Gladiator 1, he had to avenge his family
Yes,
and
and then
also
he
carry
also.
out the emperor's
Okay,
dream
I
of
thought you were
Rome.
still talking about Lucius.
No, and I
Okay.
said in this one, Lucius's goal was
Mm-hmm.
I got to get revenge for my wife. Period.
Right. Oh, period. Okay.
Period.
Okay.
And then you find out the general that conquered his town and killed his wife was just following orders because the two emperors, there's twins, they're just
Mm-hmm.
sadistic and they're like, world domination. But you find out
Oh.
with this general, he's like talking to Lucius's mom. Hey, I got my army waiting out back. We're gonna overthrow him. So he's
Oh.
not a bad guy. That's played by Pedro Pascal.
Okay.
Pedro
Okay.
Pascal's character, soon you find out in the second scene, oh, he's a good guy.
Oh.
So then you have Lucius wanting to kill him, but the general trying to save Rome from these evil
Oh.
emperors.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
So
Okay.
you kind of have like two, you have like the same goal,
Yeah.
but yeah. So you see why it's tricky because
Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
main
I
guy
do.
Lucius, you're just like
Yeah.
okay, we get his goal, but that's kind of it.
Does Eddie from Stranger Things play both twins?
No, just one of them. I don't know the name of this other twin, but honestly, I
Yeah.
think he did a better job. Like
Oh, really?
Eddie was good, but the other twin was just like he was good. He just was dumber and just
Okay.
he was like the dumber twin. But that's I guess another complaint with the twins. This movie does a lot of tell, don't show. Like
Ah.
as before the movie even starts, they say, Rome is being led by the twins' names, cruel emperors. But they never really show us why they're cruel or how they're being
Cool. Yeah.
cruel. Yeah,
Okay.
like there's a couple scenes of like having the slaves fight and they're like, give them swords. Like
Yeah.
sadistic
Yeah.
stuff like that,
Sadistic
but
stuff like
they
yeah.
never show us how they're being bad to the people or what
Yeah.
they're doing that's so evil.
Mm.
So they're just acting like caricatures, but they're not
Mm-hmm.
showing us why or
Mm-hmm.
why we should hate them.
Right. I got you.
Yeah. So that's like another issue with the villains, but like their performances are good, but
Hmm.
just like the characterization of them isn't all that compelling. And then, um, so like with the emperors, they're telling us we should hate them because we don't really have a villain. because they're really not in like a good bit of the film.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you don't really have a villain until the third act. I could spoil it if you want me to, but
Was it
it's,
Denzel?
yeah, it ends up being Denzel.
I was just guessing. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess they wouldn't just have him there just for show, so that makes
yeah,
sense.
because
Yeah.
originally he like Lucius becomes a slave, gets sold to be
Yeah.
a gladiator, literally Gladiator
Yeah.
1. You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
who buys Lucius is Denzel's character.
Right.
And then through the murmurs of the city, he finds out Lucius is the son
Oh,
of.
Maximus.
Yeah, they actually do confirm it in this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Which we
But he
all
finds out.
suspected. We all suspected from the
Yeah,
first one.
but they
Yeah.
blatantly say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's her name? His mom's still alive.
Yeah.
Like she's in the
Yeah.
city still. She just
Yeah.
went after like the events went down in Gladiator 1. They sent Lucius away because they're like, you're gonna get killed because you're
Yeah.
10 years old.
Yeah.
But but since being away and stuff, Lucius is like, I hate Rome, yada yada
Yeah.
yada. Rome's evil. And anyway, through the murmurs of the city, Denzel's character finds out, ooh, he's this guy's son.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he uses that to his advantage, and then he eventually he's like, I'm gonna get in charge and I'm gonna crumble Rome. Why? Because I was a slave and I hate Rome. I was one of the slaves of the old emperor.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's his motivation.
Yeah. And you're like, wait,
Yeah.
I'm kind of on his side.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, he's a slave and like became
Yeah.
his own man. And we see
Yeah.
how Rome's evil.
Yeah.
Rome shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I get what you're
Yes.
saying.
You get what I'm saying? And then Lucius does a 180 and he goes from I hate Rome to, you know what? I'm gonna save Rome.
Ah.
Out of like nowhere. Like his mom
Yeah.
comes to talk to him. He's like, get out.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
next scene she comes to talk to him. He's like, I love you, Mom. Like he doesn't say that, but it's like one of
But
those. It's like, what
yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
Like what made you change your mind?
Well, I was supposed to go see it Tuesday with your mother, but we went and bought a Christmas tree instead.
Yeah.
So,
I wanted you to see it just so you could see what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
I was hoping. I mean, your review's been the most, obviously detailed, but
Yeah.
everybody I've talked to said Denzel's the best thing that
He
carries
is.
that he carries the film.
He does.
Yeah,
'Cause
and like
this
what
whole
you said about
time, they're trying to make Lucius Maximus, and they're saying
Yeah.
you're just like your father, but he's not.
He's
really,
not.
like his actions, and
not.
his motivations are not like Maximus at all.
No, Maximus is pretty much cut and dry what he's trying to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he just doesn't like. I love Paul
Yeah.
Mescal,
Yeah.
but he's just not Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe just had that oomph to
Mm-hmm.
him.
Yeah, Russell was that dude. That
Yeah.
shot of testosterone that you needed.
Mhm.
Like you can see it clearly now in old Russell Crowe that that's a man's man.
Yeah.
He drinks beer and eats hot dogs. So yeah.
hmm
Yeah. So I still want to see it.
I still recommend
but
it.
you said after watching it, it made you think differently of the first Gladiator.
Yes, the whole time I was watching this one, I was like, man, Gladiator 1's pretty good.
That's
'Cause
amazing.
it's just very simple. It's very simple, but it's like
So the things that made you doubt it, now you're like, oh, okay.
yeah, I was like, okay, it was very simple. Yeah.
Look, I mentioned well, my man Dark Meat Luke brought up Gladiator II like he'd seen it. He hadn't even seen it.
Oh, that's
He
funny.
said Denzel's the best thing in the movie. I said, you see it? He said, no, that's just what I heard. And I was
Wow.
like, what? Which led to a whole conversation at work about Gladiator, and I mentioned how you were lukewarm to it. And then I had to defend my son because this motherfucker started talking super reckless, bro. I had to get him.
Well, that's my point exactly.
I was
you
like,
saying that
yo.
is my point exactly. You diss. I just talked about it with my friend. You diss Gladiator. All the men are just like they act like you just killed their child, and I'm like, this proves my point. It is such a bro movie. Like it's not
Yeah.
doing any. It is Russell Crowe giving good speeches in ancient Rome, and guys go crazy about it, and they act like it's some philosophical. They act like it's The Godfather. I'm like, it's not even that type of like. Is it a good movie? Yes, it's a great movie. It's a great
Hey.
action movie. It is not some philosophical movie that they treated.
But Look, when I
And
say
that's my issue.
Marcus Aurelius, every
Marcus
time
Decimus Aurelius.
that is what happens. What you just did is exactly what happens every time I say Marcus Aurelius. Somebody corrects me and says the full fucking name, and I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
this is correct. But no, that's literally what I was going to say. Like every time I say Marcus Aurelius, I get what you just did. That's what
That's
happens.
funny.
Yes, it's like it just happened to me at that Friendsgiving on Friday. We were talking
Yeah.
about it, and I said it, and the dude, there were two other dudes there, and the one dude said Marcus, what is it?
Marcus Decimus Aurelius.
Aurelius, yeah, Maxim, yeah, and Marcus,
Maximus. Yeah, come
yeah,
on. Maximus Decimus. Yeah.
And then
Marcus
he
Decimus
said
Meridius.
that on my right, the dude on my left just started giving a speech. Father to his slave sons, husband to his slave. He just said, I was like, fucking Gladiator, man.
Yeah.
Gladiator just gets dudes going, man. It just does.
It does.
It does. They want to grab the dirt and go kill somebody. It's
and
like,
that's
golly.
why I get angry.
Yes,
They
hey.
act like it's.
But you
It's
just
not what
did
it
it.
is.
You literally just did it. So you're already indoctrinated. You don't even know.
No, I just corrected you.
Did you?
And I'm correcting you because it's funny because he says Mark because it's funny. Maximus. Yeah. Decimus.
Hey, but
Just
Gladiator,
rewatch it now. You're like, oh, this was made in 2000.
Yeah,
There's like shutter speed slowing down.
Yeah,
jump
there
cuts
is.
left and right.
Yeah, there is. Action was done
It
different.
proves my point. There was this commercial I saw for it, and it was the Kid Rock song.
Oh,
What's that song? What's that song?
I don't
His
know.
major hit, Ball with the Ball.
Ball with the Ball. Shut up.
There's a trailer for that for Gladiator, and I'm like,
no, there wasn't.
Yes. I was like, yes, this is what the movie is. It's Ball with the Ball. The same markets love both. Yes, that was the commercial, and I was like, these people understood what Gladiator was.
It's Ball with the Ball.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And all those people that were talking bad about me at your job, I know they jam out to that song.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna play it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna put it on the Bluetooth, and I'm gonna be like, "Wow, what the?" And I want to see how many people just geek. They're gonna geek. I'm gonna be like, "Oh, my son was right.
Yes,
my son was right."
And that was one of the commercials for Gladiator. Best Picture winner.
Was Ball with the Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Kid Rock. Never mind. I'm not.
We don't have to get into that.
No, I'm not. Wow.
But that Gladiator 2, 3 out of 5 stars.
3 out of 5? Okay.
Yeah. Just because technically it's great.
Okay. Gladiator then.
Gladiator, I give 4 out of 5.
Okay. All right. I'll take it. Ball with the ball. All right. All right. Yeah. Are you not entertained? We were at the Friendsgiving talking about it, and there was a girl at the one table, and she was like, I saw Gladiator too. I said, what did you think? She's like, it was good. Some of it was far-fetched. And I said, what do you think was far-fetched? And she said, they were like having sea battles in the Coliseum. And I said, they did that. She was like, what? I said, yeah, they did that. And the one dude was like, yeah, they did flood the Coliseum. And she was like, and there were sharks? I was like, well, I didn't see what kind of sharks they were, though. But what kind of sharks?
There are sharks that would eat you. Like that's fictional.
Yeah.
Water, naval battles, true.
Yeah,
sharks,
true. Not
impossible.
Impossible.
How are you going to get that from the Mediterranean?
Actually impossible.
Yes.
Yeah, it would have been dead 3 days in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, it would have been dead within a couple hours.
Know how to keep saltwater tanks?
No.
In ancient Rome?
No, they didn't know how to keep them alive.
Yeah.
Sharks have to be moving to breathe.
Yes.
So you just put them in the tank and it's like, I'm dead.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I literally have to keep moving.
That's impossible. But easy fix. They should have just did crocodiles. But sharks are cool. Sharks are cool.
Sharks are cool.
Mm-hmm.
I said the most unbelievable thing about that movie. I said, and I haven't even seen it. I said that fool rode a rhino. I was like, I don't care what anybody says. I said, I'll believe they had sharks before somebody rode a rhino. A rhino is not letting you get on it. It's not doing it. Yeah. That rhino was like, no, I'm apex. No, nothing fucks with me.
Yeah,
for real.
Apparently, Ridley wanted a rhino in the first Gladiator, but due to technology, they couldn't do it.
They couldn't do it.
That was like the one thing. He's like, if we do a second one, I'm getting my rhino.
You're getting your fake ass rhino because again,
Yeah.
they're like, who's gonna go get a real rhino? Nope, not me.
Mhm.
I love seeing rhinos at the zoo. They be just by themselves. Just like I'm just gonna stay in here all day. Nobody fucks with me. I'm like, yeah. But anyways, so I still hope to see it in theaters. Just cause. So
Yeah.
I might get
Still
lucky.
worth watching.
Yeah.
Want to hear my brief Moana 2 review?
Yeah, please.
Another sequel. Another disappointment.
Oh.
Wow. We talked about Moana earlier on this episode.
Yeah.
And it's Moana. Moana's a banger. Soundtrack, bop after bop after bop.
He said bop after bop. Yeah.
Moana 2 just wasn't. It was okay. Again, I give it 3 out of 5. It just was. You expected more because Moana, the first one's just so good.
Yeah.
Just well-rounded.
Yeah.
I still say Moana's still a good character in this, but everyone else was just forgettable. Story's okay. Story was very simple and just whatever.
So how much Maui did we get? So I feel like
60% of the movie.
60%.
He's supporting. He's supporting. He's in that as much as he was in the first one.
Okay. Which that was a passable amount.
Yeah. Like he's still a supporting character. And this movie's short too. Fun fact: this is supposed to be a Disney Plus show.
Really?
It's supposed to be a Disney Plus show until they said, you know what? Let's make it a movie.
Really?
Yeah. And you can tell it still has that skeleton of like, oh, this was gonna be a show.
The pacing.
This was like this overall story in general. Like it's just just like how it was told, what happens in it.
Yeah.
Huh. It's just I do like the final 15 minutes. Like that really felt like the spirit of the first Moana.
Yeah.
Just like that sequence about like family and becoming your own and whatnot. But outside of that, it was just forgettable to me. Like I'm gonna forget this came out this year.
I'll catch it on Disney Plus.
Sure. I highly don't, unless you're a diehard fan. And the biggest fault with it is Lin what's his name?
From Hamilton.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. Lin-Manuel Miranda. Yes. Hamilton acclaim. Wrote the music for Moana 1.
Did he?
In the Heights. Yeah. That's why it's bop after bop.
I didn't know that was him. Oh.
Yeah, from Moana. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
In the Heights, Hamilton, Moana.
Yes. Yeah, he's a beast.
Yes. He didn't do it for Moana 2.
And you can tell.
You can tell they're trying to emulate his stuff.
Oh, I got you.
You can try, and there's no songs that'll be like, oh, that's not Moana 2.
That's a shame.
And that's the biggest fault in it.
I hate when they do that shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when they did the season of Boondocks on Cartoon Network without Aaron Magruder?
Yeah, season 4.
And it's so bad because they're trying to do him.
Yeah.
And it's so obvious that you're missing that one element that you need for this to work, and that's him. Like it's like this is what's so crazy about art. Like you actually need that ingredient that only that one person can bring to it. Like you need that. And it's crazy that it's like that, but it's the truth.
Yeah. So I just put up his stats. He did Moana. This is for movies. Moana, Mary Poppins Returns. Oh, yeah. In the Heights, Tick Tick Boom.
He did Tick Tick Boom too?
Yeah, he directed that. And then
Encanto. Well, yeah, bangers, all bangers, yeah.
And he's doing Mufasa, The Lion King. That's supposedly why he didn't work on Moana 2.
Oh, maybe he'll save it because right now I'm still like Scarva's right, so we'll see.
Yeah. Funny enough, they're not showing that in the trailers now. When it's like he's an orphan.
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe we messed up. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he wrote Encanto too, the music, because nobody talks about Bruno.
Oh yeah, that was like a number one hit.
Yeah, it was like on the radio.
Yes.
I was like, what is happening right
People
now?
love that song.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
It is a good song.
People love it though.
It was like a phenomenon. I was like, is this really happening right now? But
yeah.
It's a movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
check it out.
Felt. Check it out on Disney Plus.
Check it out on Disney Plus. On Disney Plus.
You want me to talk about Mount Rushmore?
That, or do you want me to talk about Still CityCon?
Oh, yeah. Let's do Still CityCon.
Still CityCon first. Okay. Well, Still CityCon was this weekend. It's Pittsburgh's pop culture event. Comics, movies, video games, anime, celebrity signings, all that good stuff. It's like, and it's 3 times a year they do it.
Yeah.
I went today with my main man Matt Sergi. Got there early, 10 minutes after they opened. So it was nice. Yeah, it was nice. It was no, because I'm nipping at 50, baby. So it's like I can't be coming in there at peak. I can't do it anymore. I can't be here when it's just wall to wall people. And so I got there like probably 20 after, and there was a nice crowd, and we were there as it filled up, and we left as it was like full. You know what I mean? And that was nice. Like I was like, yeah, it's time to go.
Yeah.
But it's a good con. Still remember talk to the main man, the older brother that we always talk to. He asked about you. He literally said, "He said, how's your son?"
Oh wow!
And I said, "Oh,
he remembers you."
Yeah, he remembers because of the T-shirts, because of our Son and Pops T-shirts. Yeah. He said, "How's your son?" And I said, "Oh, he's good, man. He's in California." And he was like, "Is he?" And I said, "Yeah." Well, I said, "You still doing a podcast?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "You going to talk about the con?" And I said, "Yeah." So
that's funny.
So I mean, it's still CityCon's cool. I kept saying, "Oh, it's outgrown this venue. It's outgrown this venue." Actually, now that for some reason today I didn't think it did. I think it's good where it's at. But then I didn't have to deal with the craziness of like a Saturday.
It is Sunday.
Yeah, it was Sunday. Yeah, in December
for Christmas.
But it was still very full by the time I left.
Yeah.
But it's, I mean, if you're in any type of pop culture or anything, I recommend it. You go spend 4 hours, 5 hours. People who go there and get the 3-day pass, hey, good for them. Yeah. I don't know what you do for 3 days there.
No. One day is plenty. You just
yeah. But to go spend a day, see some cool stuff, see some cool people. Yeah, I highly recommend it. I highly recommend it. I picked up some books that I've been looking for, as now I'm in my, my comic collector phase. I'm not just buying books monthly now. I'm searching for stuff. You want to hear what I got?
Yeah.
What I got. So, only a couple books weren't on my list, but then I saw them, I was like, oh, I need to grab that. So I'll start with those two. I got Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 99 and 100. The second and third appearance of the Spot of Across the Spider-Verse fame. So I grabbed those for a decent price, and they're in good condition. So I was like, those are cool. Those are little keys that are nice to have. Totally impulse. I bought Man Thing Volume 2, number 1, only because when I saw it, I thought it was Volume 1, number 1. And so I bought it thinking I was getting this crazy deal. I still got a good deal on it, but then I realized, wait, this is the wrong book. But it was funny because, I don't give a shit about Man Thing. No. But I was like, oh, because, my man CJ came here with the actual first one. And I had to asking me if it was worth anything, and I had to do the right thing and tell him, yeah. So then when I saw it again, I was like, oh, this is my moment to get it for myself.
Volume 2.
Yeah. I was like, wait a second. It looks I was like, it looks right, doesn't it? And I was like, oh. But I didn't pay a lot for it, but so it's whatever. But it was just funny. But I also grabbed Uncanny X-Men Annual number 14, which is arguably the first appearance of Gambit.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
yeah, I had this before, and when I sold my original collection, and blah blah blah, I sold it.
Yeah.
But that was before the debate began. This debate's fairly new. It's only been going on for a few years now, because the one that's considered his first appearance was X-Men 260. I
When he
don't
has
know.
a talking line, right?
Yeah, I have it. I have it. He's on the cover, and but they came out. It actually did come out after that annual. Like, so story wise, that's his first appearance, but actual like printing wise, publication wise, the annual was the first appearance. So that's the like whole
Gotcha.
yeah. So it's like
Gotcha.
so people are like, this is the first appearance, that's the first appearance. I don't know. I said, let me just get this one just to have it. Good, it was a good deal.
Yeah.
I will tell you with the delay because I got all those books from the same person.
Oh, wow.
And this is what she said to me when I was going through the books. Because she had like 4 short boxes, which 150 books each.
Mm-hmm.
So she had like 4 short boxes. No, she had 6. She had 6 short boxes. She had figurines. She had toys. She had all kind of stuff. She had all kind of stuff. And I'm going through the books, and she says, "Sorry, I tried my best to organize those. I don't know." And I was like, "Oh, I'm looking through all these," because I was like, because these aren't her jam. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like she has them, but they're not her jam. And I found all those books in good condition for underpriced, so it was nice. So I mean, I got I didn't say I got a steal, but I got a nice deal on them, so that was cool. I ended up getting Batman: The Killing Joke first printing for a nice price, which I've had that, sold it, so I got it
I was
back.
surprised it was cheaper than it was as it was that price.
Because I just saw it at my local comic book shop for like twice that much, so I was on it. That's like kind of why I like zoomed in on it when I saw it. I was like, whoa, wait. So I snatched that up. Happy to have it. It's a classic. I feel like you have to have, there's just certain books you have to have in your collection, and that's one of them. So I grabbed that. I grabbed Batman: The Dark Knight Returns #1, which I'm like, for the handful of nerds that know, like, that's like fucking embarrassing for me to say I just now bought that, because like it's like the Batman story. I think we've talked about it, and I haven't owned a copy, bud, in over a decade. Like I haven't. I sold it in I don't even know 2008, and I just never got another one. So there it was at a really nice price. And I said, "Is this a first print?" And the guy was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm buying it." Now that all being
That's
said,
a good one.
All those books, I probably was halfway into what I planned on spending that day. So I had my budget set before I got there, and I had the books that I wanted. And the main book I wanted was basically my whole budget. Like, if I get this one book, I'll leave with this one book and be happy. If I don't get it, I'll work my way down through these other books, and stay on budget. So I'm walking around showing more restraint than you've ever seen me show at Comic-Con ever. Searchy's like, "Man, you're really like, oh, I want it. Nope, not getting it." I was like, yeah, like I was like focused on getting this one book. Okay. And I can't find it. Nobody has it. I am 95% through the Comic-Con, and I can't find a copy of it. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I was like, bump it. I'm buying something, Sergi. So that's when I started buying those other books, right? I buy those books. I go to the next vendor. There the fucking book is. It's right there. And I was like, are you kidding me? Sergi starts laughing. He starts laughing.
Patience is a virtue.
I was like, this is not real. This isn't real life. I was like, and it'll blew my whole budget anyway, because it was $100 and some more than I wanted to spend. And I'm like, well, not getting that now.
What was the book?
I'm gonna get to it. Building suspense, baby. So I'm like, oh well. Let me go back and grab a couple other books, and that was those Batmans, because I put them aside just in case. So I go back, I grab those, and then we're just walking by, and I look, and there it is, at a vendor I'd already been to. And I'm looking at it, and the guy goes, "Can I help you?" And I go, "Yeah. Were you standing right there this whole time?" And he looks around, he goes, "Yeah, I kind of stand like right around here." I said, "Yeah, well, you were blocking that book the last time I was here and I didn't see it." And he was like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah, I said, but it's probably my fault because you asked me if I could help you. And I said no, because I could see for myself. And buddy, when I tell you he was literally standing in front of Ultimate Fallout #4, first appearance of Miles Morales, he was standing right in front of it. So, and it was like 10 minutes in us being there. So I looked at Sergi, was like, I guess this is just probably how it was meant to be. Because I'd have walked in, bought that book, and then I walked around ready to leave. and you would have had a terrible time because I've been ready to leave because I got the one book that I wanted. I said, and I'd have left here with one book in my backpack, feeling real crazy about having one book in my backpack. But yeah, so I was like, I'm looking at it. It's the right price.
How much was it?
It's the right price.
Oh, jeez. I'm looking it up right now.
All right. And I said, I need to take a walk, bro. I said, because I spent half my budget on this book already. So I need to go for a walk and get my mind right and decide what I want to do. So Sergi was like, what do you want to do? So long story short, I went back and bought it. I was following one. Yeah, bro.
That was a 9.2 graded. I saw that picture you sent.
It's 9.4.
9.4?
Yeah, but I didn't pay 9.4 price for it.
Oh.
Yeah. I didn't pay a 9.4 price. So I got it for under.
Did you bargain or what?
No, he just had it priced right. Because
interesting.
I had to accept the fact that I'm not going to get that book. There are certain books now that you're just not going to get unslabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not going to be raw anymore. And to those of you who don't know, a raw book is just like in plastic with a backboard. A slab book is in the hard shell and it's graded. And there are just certain books that the value quadruples once you grade it. So people just immediately, when they do find them ungraded, they grade them. So it's like, trying to find the first Miles ungraded.
Yeah, you won't find that.
It's just not. And when you do find them, they have them priced like they're graded because they know what they're worth. They know what you're going to do. So I just had to bite the bullet and say, I guess I'm just going to pay,
Yeah.
But I said, he said, what
that's
you want to do?
That's a good book to get. I saw your picture. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. Well, I told you, like, I think Miles Morales, Spider-Man, he's here to stay. Like, I think when you have kids, your kids will be playing with Miles Morales toys right next to their, like, Captain America toys. I really do.
Yeah.
And that only happens a couple times a generation. Like, in my lifetime, we got Wolverine, we got Venom, and we got Deadpool. And now we got Miles,
Yeah.
So I still think Gambit has a shot, but we'll see. I said we'll see.
Had a shot. He's been around for a while.
He's been perked, but he might cross over now. Channing Tatum might have done it. He might have done it. But so that's why I bought it, because I feel like there's a handful of books that I have to have. So that was not as painful as I thought it would be. But I know buying the first appearance of Deadpool again and Venom again, I'm gonna feel that.
Because you're like, why do I want this?
Yeah, Sergi said, don't do it. He's like, you've done it 3 times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, but I've always gotten them for cheap. This time it's not going to be cheap, which is going to suck.
Not worth it. Not worth it if you're not a fan of them.
It's worth it if, like, when I'm dead and gone, you have it. That's how I'm
not a fan of them.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm looking at those like investments. Those I'm looking at like investments. So. But
sounds like you had a fun experience.
I did.
Worthwhile experience.
I did. It was cool. And I said, I guess I'm done till San Diego now. So
yeah.
So because I'm not really reading monthly, I'm just kind of doing some key collecting. So yeah, if anybody out there, even if you're not like a big comic fan, go to Steel City Con one time. Check it out. It's just a good time. It's just something to do on a Sunday, especially like in the winter. It's inside.
Yeah.
You can see some B-list celebrities, get their autograph.
It is a good time. It's a good event. It's a good event.
I like it. I'm a fan. But I had a good day.
Yeah. You don't just have to be a comic book fan.
Not at all. Because really, truthfully, I remember when it was just a comic book show, and it's not that anymore.
No, it's pop culture.
It's pop culture. There are way less comic book vendors than there used to be.
That's why it's called Steel City Con.
Yes. It's not
Comic Con. It's not pop culture con. It's just
a convention. You'll go there. You can get some root beer and some Dippin' Dots
hmm
and some fudge and some beef jerky. Buy
Someone's
some comic books.
autograph.
This is someone's autograph. Yeah, buy an old PlayStation game. Like
Yeah.
it is just yeah. I don't care. Last time we went and I saw Winnie Cooper though, I was like, damn, she's still fine. So seriously, but Winnie Cooper is still
Okay,
fine.
Dad. I
All right,
know.
I'm done. I'm done. All right,
Had to cut
yeah.
you off.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It was like holy shit. But all right, but that's all I got, bud. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, as we wrap it up, we got two things to talk about. We have Arcane. Arcane season 2 Netflix show.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
But
indeed.
before we do that, we have a segment called Mount Rushmore.
I love this segment.
So, what Mount Rushmore is we have a category and we pick the best 4 that we choose for that category.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's a twist for this one. The topic is best American animated TV shows, right?
Right.
You have a timer. It's 2 minutes. Me and you both have a timer. As soon as you
Is that
start
what I can-
talking, I'm hitting.
Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
Okay.
I've learned from the best Batman villains.
Because
TikTok has a 3-minute limit. So
okay.
I'm
All
timing you
right.
for
All
2.
right. All right. Best American animated series. Right?
Yes.
In any particular order.
No, rank them as you see fit.
Rank them as
You
I
just
see
gotta
fit.
put your 4 on the Mount Rushmore. And you can
Okay,
say
I'm gonna
why.
start with number 4. The new kid on the block. You already know what it is. Arcane. They did the damn thing. 2 seasons, told a story, built a world, animation that pushed the limits of animation. The story was strong, compelling. I loved it, and I am not a fan of League of Legends. I knew nothing about League of Legends going into this, and fell in love with the characters. And my only complaint about Arcane is that it was only 2 seasons, and I hate the name of the show. And I always have. The name of the show made me not want to watch it. And the only reason I even tried it was because you told me it was good. And then I watched it and was like, what is this? What is this? This show is amazing. Vi, she makes me want to go throw them hands. Jinx makes me want to be in it. She does, man. Seriously, but come on. I just started training again. And watching that show was partly why I chose to train when I train. Yeah, straight up. Makes me want to throw hands. And Jinx makes me want to, huh?
You have a minute.
What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay. Number two was oh my god. Okay, number 2. I lost my list. Samurai Jack. People always forget about my baby Samurai Jack. Check it out. Samurai gets sent to a future that he didn't create and has to find his way back home and save the world. Gendy Kotarski. I loved it. They made us wait a decade for a finale, and it was worth it. That OG Batman the Animated Series, it wouldn't be a list if I left it out. I mean, I don't even say anything else. It's Batman the Animated Series. They've been trying to duplicate that ever since. You see it in everything DC. And last but not least, you want to say it? You already know what it is.
Avatar.
Go ahead. The Last
Avatar,
Airbender.
yeah.
Perfection. Tell me it's not. Avatar The Last Airbender. They keep trying to bring it back, and they just can't do it because it was perfection. Aang, Katara, Sokka, Toph. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. So
there you go.
that is my Mount Everest.
That's
Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
All right. Yeah.
I'm impressed. Solid list.
Thank you.
List. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna give it to Arcane too. Everything you said.
Undeniable.
2 seasons.
Yeah.
Perfection. Really did push the limits to what animation could do. Each episode was a movie. And just for cartoons, you don't see a lot of mature cartoons.
True
indeed. And this one really was groundbreaking, I guess, for the genre, for the medium. So that's my first one listed. Then, like you said, Avatar. This is another one, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Super unique. I know it's not an anime, but if you want to get someone into anime, you could show them this, and it sets the bar high. Again,
Mm-hmm.
has
Mm-hmm.
mature themes, but it's made for children too. And just what it did for American animation and storytelling, it hasn't really been done since.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Mm-mm.
it's it's Nickelodeon's baby for a reason.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
their masterpiece. It really
Yes.
was.
And then I have Batman the Animated Series as well. It made Batman cool again.
Yes, it
Um,
did.
everything Batman out that comes out now, it always is somehow related to the animated series.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, Mark Hamill, Kevin
yeah,
Conroy, icons.
yeah.
What more
Icons.
can be
Yeah,
said?
yeah.
And then my last one, I have Adventure Time, the Cartoon Network show.
Oh yeah, that was your shit. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
it ran
yeah.
for 8 years. Has a recent spin-off
Wow.
series. Just what it did. It's funny, but it's also heartwarming. Can make you emotional. It's very bizarre, but I think it influenced the millennial generation and Gen Z with their humor.
Okay.
That's my
I
Mount Rushmore.
I was in line at Comic-Con and there were two girls, two like young teenage girls and a little girl in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked and I went, "Oh shit, Adventure Time." Because they were I didn't watch it with you. That was
They're
what
Finn and
Flynn
Jake.
Finn, yeah, Finn, and the little girl was yellow. She was yellow, so I don't know who she was.
Jake. Finn and Jake.
And
Yeah.
then the other girl had the pointy ears. I think she was a vampire princess or something like that.
Pointy
And that was her.
ears. That was probably Fiona.
Okay, but I knew, and he was in Finn. I was like, yeah, that's Finn. She was Finn, but yeah, and it was crazy because they were young, and I remember when you were that age,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember when like Dom or Ruben, one of them was Finn for Halloween years
It
ago.
was Ruben.
Yeah, but so yeah, that's a good list, bud. That's strong. That's strong.
Thanks. Our lists
Respect
were
it.
pretty similar, so I
Yeah,
mean, I
yeah,
think a lot of people would agree with, at least
yeah. I
Arcane,
3 to
and I mean
4. I
with
think.
Batman and Avatar.
Yeah, and Avatar, you can't
It's
not have a list
undisputed.
without
Yeah.
those. Yeah, it's just how it is. Yeah, like they can say. I mean, trolls are going to say what they want, but they're wrong. Like
Mm-hmm.
for those two, like it's undeniable.
Yeah.
Their greatness is undeniable. So, but yeah. Even though every time you talk about Adventure Time, it makes me want to watch it. It actually really makes me want to watch it.
Yeah. I mean,
Watch it.
it's a. I can't really explain it. You either love it or you don't.
Yeah.
You either get it or you don't. There are
Right.
moments I just watch. I'm like, this is just funny. Just like simple lines they say or
Yeah.
reactions.
Yeah.
Like that's just the
Yeah.
character. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
That was a good one.
that was on Mount Rushmore. Good job making the time limit. I was
tried,
worried at
baby.
first. You talked
Yeah.
really a minute about Arcane. I'm like, that was one.
You were like,
You
if you would have
rallied.
said it, I'd have
You
kept going. You
rallied.
know,
I know. That's why I
would have
said
kept going.
it.
I was
That's
like,
why I
oh,
said it.
hey, Arcane, you know, it was dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
So you want to talk about season 2?
Yeah.
End
We'll
things
talk
off?
about it. Yeah, we'll end it with Arcane. So, season 2. I mean,
Yeah.
I went into season 2. I think we talked about it. It had been what, 3 years since season 1 or 2?
Yes, 3.
3. And I fucked around and didn't rewatch season 1.
Me as well.
So I was like, fuck. It started and I was like, I can't do this. And then he was like, you know what? I don't want to rewatch. I want to just do it. So I did it. I said, bump it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to watch it without remembering everything that's happening. And after about 15 minutes, I was good. I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm good because this shit is still so good.
Yeah. And they did a really good job with the recap. The recap was so like
yeah, it
3
was
minutes.
Yeah, it was like here,
Yeah.
you need this.
Every major plot point.
I was not sure how they were going to wrap everything up. And I wasn't even sure if they were going to because I knew it was only getting 2 seasons, but I didn't know if that was a decision that was made initially or something, a decision that was made after the fact, you know? So I was like, please don't let this just be some like open end where it's just like, oh no. I mean, there were some things obviously in the finale that weren't answered, but overall, I loved it. I mean, Jinx and Vi, man, like that sibling rivalry is amazing. And I don't even know where else to start. Jace
So
and Victor.
yeah, Jason Victor. I mean, there's a
Victor was
lot. I think what Arcane does is just there's a lot of storylines, but they do a great job juggling them all.
yeah, yeah,
I really going into season 2, I was just amazed at how they could just start off just right away,
yeah,
and the level
yeah,
of quality was every episode was a 9 or above.
yeah,
I
yeah. I
thought
mean, they
most times between the season 1 and 2, there's like some setting up again,
yeah,
giving us just lead up or build up. They didn't need to do that. They just hit the ground
just
running.
go. Well,
Yeah.
as of yesterday, season 2 of Arcane is the only show in the history of Netflix where every episode has a 9.0 or above.
Wow. It deserves
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I
It
was like, damn.
really deserves it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
it I mean, you know who my dude was by the end of it though? You know who my dude was?
Oh,
Echo.
That's every
Echo.
I'm on
Every Echo became
Arcane
my guy.
TikTok. He's
Yeah,
everyone's dude.
yeah. He came up this season. He came
Yes.
up like yeah,
Yes.
like yeah. I was like,
So
oh, I see you,
a
Echo. I
couple
see you.
things with Echo.
Yeah,
Like I didn't play League of Legends either, so I didn't know very much
yeah,
about the characters or what they
yeah,
were. With Echo though, he's in it a little bit till episode 3 happens.
yeah,
He
yeah,
disappears for a couple episodes, and I remember thinking, man, where's Echo? Where's Echo?
yeah,
Where's Jace? And then we
yeah,
get his episode,
yeah.
dedicated
Yeah.
basically to him.
This whole
I'm like,
episode, yeah,
it hit. That's one of my
yeah,
favorite episodes.
yeah, yeah.
That's
That
one of
was
my
an
favorite
excellent, excellent.
episodes.
Yeah,
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 and so then that happens. He does his little invention, and then
yeah,
he disappears again till
yeah. So
the
the
final
climax.
episodes,
Yeah, yeah,
and he saves Jinx with his time device.
yeah, yeah.
And then the episode continues. I'm like thinking, did they make that time device just to save Jinx? I literally thought that. I was like, that we had
Yeah.
that whole episode of him doing that. It was like just to save Jinx. I feel like that was a really big deal. And then only a minute later, he
Yeah.
saves the whole
He saves the
planet
whole world. Yeah, he saves the whole world.
with his time device.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that was such a
Yeah.
great scene.
yeah. And I guess that's his in the game. That's his power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So I
that's
was
why I
like,
said
oh,
I
okay.
didn't know anything
Yeah.
about the game.
Yeah, I
His
didn't
whole
either.
shtick is time.
Yeah, my coworker, shout out to DJ 90.
Yeah.
He's the League of Legends guy. He's been playing for like 11, 12 years.
Wow.
So he was explaining to me like, oh no, that like Jinx the big gun, yeah, that's her. And he's like,
Yes.
bye. So he was explaining everybody's, and I was like, okay, cool. When he said Echo,
Mhm.
yeah, that 4 seconds, that's his thing. And I was like,
Yes,
that's dope.
4 seconds,
So-
which,
Yeah,
fun stuff with Echo's character. His first line in the show is just give me a few more seconds.
oh yeah,
That's his first line in the
That's
show.
his first line.
Yes.
Okay. So
And-
the true heads got it. They
Yes,
got that.
they
joke.
knew.
Yeah,
They
they
foreshadowed
knew.
that stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And
yeah.
when they're dancing, when him and Jinx are
Yeah.
dancing, that
Yeah.
scene's great. I guess it's animated 4 frames per second.
Oh, that's why it looks like that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah,
I
I'm
love
seeing
that
how I have to
scene.
rewatch it. Yeah. Oh, that
I've been
whole
playing that
episode-
song. It's in French.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even know what this.
no,
You
you know,
look up the
Shazam. I was like,
lyrics.
I'm like Shazam. Let me Shazam this real
Yeah.
quick. I need this.
Oh, it's a good.
Yeah,
The lyrics are
yeah.
pretty good too. Once
Yeah.
you translate them, yeah.
Yeah, that was
song is
good shit.
That's episode, man.
And that was so heartbreaking. I was like,
Yes, everyone's saying the internet is saying he sacrificed heaven.
Yeah.
like Jace was in hell while
Yeah.
Echo was in heaven, and he had to
Yeah.
sacrifice that.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
for that
And they raised-
episode,
yeah,
episode
yeah,
7,
yeah. No, you're right.
it was so sad.
You're right.
He's all
So
alone.
sad.
He ends up
Yeah,
all
you saw
alone.
him. You saw him sitting there holding the paper.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
where
she's
they
flying away.
kissed.
Oh.
That's where he's sitting.
And when he said, "Can we pretend
Mm-hmm.
that it's the?" I was like, "Oh, your mom. You know how I get. Your mom's on the other couch." I'm like, "Oh, babe,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
babe." He said, "Can we pretend it's the first time?"
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Whoo, girl." I was like, "Shit was deep."
Interesting
was deep.
breakdown I saw too was Jinx knew like it wasn't him.
Yeah,
Like she caught
So-
on.
so-
Like
it
when
was, yeah,
once they started working on the project together, like certain
Yeah.
ways she was looking at him and stuff.
yeah. She
And
knew it
then
was different.
yeah, she knew he was different. She knew And Jinx is
Yeah.
smart too. So
Yeah, she's smart. Something's up. This is
yeah.
my boo, but it ain't my boo.
And he's making
Yeah.
a interdimensional device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you
Yeah.
trying to go, bud?
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting idea. Yeah, suddenly came up with 4 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Out of the blue.
but
And now you're
yeah, but
acting all different.
different. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was good. It was good. Vi and Caitlin.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I ain't never wanted a couple to get together that bad
I
in the
know.
cartoon.
When it finally happened, I was
Hey.
like, thank God.
What did he tell her? He said when they finally, she said, "I don't give a fuck."
Mhm, she
was
did.
like, she said, I was with somebody. She said, "I don't give a fuck."
Mhm.
I said, "Oh my God, this is great."
Yeah.
Then it went on. I was like, "Oh,
yeah. I was like,
oh."
okay.
I was like, "Oh, this is
teeter into.
this is this. Oh, this is
Let me fast.
okay." Yeah, I was like, they're really going for it. They're really going to go for it here.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh."
They cut it off right
But-
at the perfect.
Yeah, yeah, right when she like threw her head back.
Yes.
I was like, "Jeez."
Yes. I was like, that was a little too long.
I was like, "Wow, wow."
That was
Rated
funny.
E for
Mhm.
everyone. Not quite. Not
It
quite.
was not. No. This is MA. This is MA.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But it was great. It was a great show.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what happened to Victor and Jace.
Yeah.
It's still kind of up in
Soulmates.
the air. Yeah. I know. I was like,
Yeah. They
yeah.
ain't just partners.
Nah, you ain't just partners. You ain't just partners.
They're
You know,
head to head as the universe was
yeah.
collapsing.
I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Putting out that Lenny Kravitz vibe.
Mhm.
But and
I
then
just-
do you think Jinx, that was Jinx in that balloon at the end flying
Oh
away?
yeah.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
if you see when she explodes the grenade,
Mhm.
you see this?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
When she explodes the grenade, it shows the shot from up above. There's a little pink streak that goes into one of the escape tunnels.
the ducks.
The
Okay.
ducks, which Caitlin was
What's
looking
her
at
name
the
was
ducks.
looking at the ducks. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And then
That's what
she's
everybody
on
was
the
talking about.
balloon, and she said she's always wanted to fly one of those.
Fly away. Yeah.
Episode 1.
But when they showed the crow looking in the workshop, I'm like, that's got to be Jinx in there doing work. But yeah, it was it was great. It was great. It's a shame. It's a shame, but I mean, you know me.
It's not a shame. They
love,
told the story they had.
Yeah. I was gonna say I love a complete story, but I still miss it when it's gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely feel the void of. So now what do I do?
Yeah, because
it's finished.
Yeah, well, we've been here before. Something will show up unexpectedly.
Yeah, I will say, like, this isn't really a complaint. I guess I will complain. One thing I heard is like the core of season 1 was Vi and Jinx, and the arcane stuff, the magical stuff, that was kind of like the side plot.
Yeah,
and then season 2 it started with like Jinx and Vi still, and then it felt like they had to condense a lot, and the arcane plot became this super world threatening thing really fast, and Jinx and Vi kind of became put on the back burner. And I'm not really complaining about that because I really enjoyed it. I like how they did it, but some people are saying it should have been a couple more episodes just to like build that up. But I think it was built up really, like how they did it.
Yeah,
like, everything.
But I mean, I get what people are saying though. But I still enjoyed it. But but I think that's what I said. I didn't know. Like 6 episodes in, I'm like, I don't know how they're gonna.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like
how they're gonna wrap this up.
Once Jace came back all crazy, and like shot Victor, I was like, I don't know where this is going in those 3 episodes.
Yeah, because there are plenty of things I can say I still don't know. Like I still don't know about the actual Arcane. I don't understand it.
Yeah,
that still wasn't developed enough. And I think Caitlyn's her family thing with all the information that was meant to explain a lot of stuff. We just didn't have time.
Yeah, I think so too.
Her mother left it to her, and we saw her read it like twice. But we don't know what it really entailed. Yeah. So
there's that, and then there's the Black Rose stuff. Yeah, it confused me. I did not get.
And that's stuff coming from where what's the name of his mom is from.
And Bessa.
So we still don't know. Yeah, so we still don't know about that. So there are still stories to be told. And they said they're going to do spinoffs, but it's just
About the
not going to
different
be.
nations.
It's not going to be at the level that Arcane was because it just was too expensive, which is crazy. But
I don't
just
know
too
if it
expensive.
won't be at that level. The biggest thing I'm worried about with the spinoffs is these this show. We just fell in love with the characters and grown so attached to them. So just you're fighting an uphill battle making a new
Yeah,
show
yeah,
with none of those characters. So you have to do
right,
that all over again. And our
right.
expectations are so high now because Arcane
Yeah,
was a 9
so
and
good.
above.
I mean, it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it really did. No one
Like I don't
expected that
know,
from a
I
League
don't
of
know.
Legends
Yeah, I
show.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know what compelled you to watch it. Like I said, the
I
only reason I watched
I
it.
literally just saw the Netflix snippet and I was like, oh, this
Yeah,
animation
what's
looks
this?
good. I had no idea
Yeah,
it was League of Legends. I just saw Arcane.
yeah. Did you see the Kid Cudi animated movie he did a couple years ago?
No, I
It's got
remember the
similar
trailer.
animation
Yeah,
to that and like into like Spider-Verse. It's worth
yeah,
watching. It's worth
yeah.
watching. But it just popped in my head. But because I watched that based on just like the Netflix trailer, I was like, oh, and it's Kid Cudi. I'm like, I'll check it out. But
I do remember
yeah,
that coming up.
so yeah, Arcane. Long may you reign, Arcane.
Yeah.
But
Oh, so I guess supposedly like 40 minutes of Jinx and Echo in that Oswald dimension was cut.
wow,
Yeah,
really?
like scenes of them together. Yeah.
This shit was dope.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, this could be a whole. I'm like, yeah, you could have just. I was like, all about it, all about them.
Yeah.
And
But
I was
that's all I
sucking
am
for.
with Arcane. Yeah. Sucker
Yeah,
for a
well,
romance, man.
yeah,
Sucker
I
for a
am.
brother falling in love.
I am. It's too rare. Too
Yeah.
rare out here on these streets. But Pittsburgh Steelers won tonight, folks.
Oh yes.
Here we
Here
go.
we go. 10-4.
Yeah, crazy.
Russell Wilson's having the most yards per game in his career.
And they showed Sierra and the kids in the stands like dancing. I said, "Oh man, ain't this something?"
Trying to boost
Ain't this
viewers.
something? I said, "Ain't this something?"
Mm-hmm.
Your mom was at the game. She actually just got home.
Okay, yeah.
That's when I looked over all crazy. That's what I was looking at. She came down the wave.
Mm.
I was just like, "Oh boy," but yeah, I think I told you that I'll wrap it up. I was at that Friendsgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And we spoke recently about I discovered there's a type of human being that exists, and this is a quote. This is not me, but the guy said, "I am a white unathletic male, and all I have time to do is watch sports and memorize stats."
Yeah.
And it made me laugh because I told the whole story a couple podcasts ago,
Mm-hmm.
but it made me laugh because I was like, wow, that person does exist. And so I go to this Friendsgiving, and there's two other guys there. And I'm not saying they were unathletic. I don't know their sports history. But when I tell you they knew their sports and they knew their stats, I was like, wow. And it was Simony Cricket's husband, Bill. So shout out to Wild Bill. And Sim comes over and is like, Matt, how you doing? She's like, and she did the whole intro when I'm like, sports? And I was like, yeah. So Sim knew, like they were talking,
funny.
and I'm just sitting there nodding in agreement, like, that's interesting. Wow, you don't say. She comes over, like, hand on my shoulder, like, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. But that's the thing, like, I can get down listening to whatever anybody geeks out on, because we're all geeks for something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I
but
use
when
that
I
as like a teaching lesson.
Yeah, and when I hear dudes that are in the sports go, I mean, but the conversation started, I'm eating my food and they're talking about football and teams and coaching, and I was like, are you talking about the Jets? And the dude was like, yeah, I'm a Jets fan. And I was like,
what? Oh, I feel
wow.
bad for him.
I was like, wait, so you're not even a Steelers fan? I was like, you're a Jets fan. I was like, okay.
Oh my,
because I mean,
that's just suffering his whole
so
lifetime.
him and Bill kept going back and forth about coaching and decisions and Aaron Rodgers and all this stuff. And I'm like, this is fucking amazing. Like, that just know this much. And then I said something about fantasy just to see how it's like, you guys, I was like, this is the stupidest question ever. I was like, you guys fantasy? Yeah. I was like, yeah, of course you are. Of course you are.
Yeah.
So, but it was pretty informative. And yeah, I didn't ask him if I gamble because that's not my business, but but they knew their sports. They knew it well. We did end up talking about fighting for a bit, which, I know fighting. So we talked about fighting. But when it was football and basketball, I was just like, it is crazy the number of statistics that exist in those sports.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
people
For
and
the
people
most
know them
niche thing.
off the top. They'll be like,
Yeah.
so and so and so and so on Monday night is blah blah blah. And I'm
Mhm.
like, okay. So yeah, it was pretty cool though. It was pretty cool. I just dig watching people geek out. you
Yeah.
know? So yeah, that happened. So anyways, but that's all I got, buddy. That's all I got.
That's all you got. We
Yeah.
talked for almost 2 hours.
Yeah, just trying to give the people what they want, baby. Just trying to give them what they
Yeah.
want. So,
That's all I have too.
Okay. Well, so until next time, he's Son.
And he's Pops.
And thank you for listening, everybody.
It's Son and Pops.